learning how to fight in a built-up area. Future Ukrainian troops being taught the skills they need to defend their homeland. Training that's taking place in and being led by the UK, supported by 9 other countries. Here today, trainers from Sweden and Norway right at the centre of things. This serial is all about entering a house and moving through it, the tape outlining the rooms, the first stage. There is a complete spectrum of experience amongst the Ukrainians being trained, from those who've served previously in the Ukrainian armed forces to people who have literally no military experience.
When they turn up, they don't know anything really to do with the army. They haven't had any training or any experience prior. A lot of mine were like taxi drivers and delivery drivers, to where they are now, where they're pretty much fully fledged infantry soldiers. And yeah, they picked it up really, really quickly.
Felix, дуже дякую за те, що My name is Felix. I am 35 years old and I am from Zhytomyr city. By my civilian previous life, I am small business owner. From the next day of the invasion, me and my also friends, small businessmen, we started to operate like volunteers for the military forces and support whatever we can give for the people on the front line, for our friends, brothers who were in the armed forces. And right now I am here because my step to be in the armed forces of Ukraine and to protect the Ukraine.
The blue truck is the target, which these troops will be aiming at with their N-law. It's fitted with sensors which will measure if they'd hit it for real. This latest 5-week course sees the UK reach its pledged target of training 10,000 Ukrainian troops in just 6 months. 20,000 more will be trained this year.
They're eager, so the training is going quite well. They have went from civilians to soldiers in just a few weeks.
And how do you manage that process? How do you take that eagerness and keenness and translate it into success?
Most of the time we have to kind of hold them back without holding them back because they're so eager. They even use their brakes, so we have to hold them back.
In this training scenario, the Ukrainian fighters are learning the right drill for entering a building. What are the thoughts and emotions of yourself as instructors, knowing that these guys are going off to fight as soon as they're done here?
Well, the training we do is, we're training the same way we would have done back in Norway, where I was trained. But obviously the stakes makes us just dial it up, just the level of focus, just one more level. And obviously the guys too are extremely focused. So they're very good with having very high spirits and having a laugh when we have a break. But then as soon as we're training, then it's 100% focus.
Into the woodland now, developing the drills needed for moving through trees and rough terrain. The weapon they've been issued with is the AR-M9. In layman terms, it's quite similar to an AK-47.
Most of my brothers in arm also don't have any military previous experience, so all the knowledges and training modules we go through being here is very useful and practically useful for me and my friends here. So thank you very much.
A year ago, most of these young men would have struggled to comprehend the upheaval their lives would be about to go through, where invasion would ultimately force them to travel to the UK to become soldiers, to try and save their country. Tim Cooper, Forces News, the north of England. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.